Okay, shall we check our answers? Okay, so for question 1A, to differentiate this, I think most of you are able to get it right. Okay, you can get dy over dx equals to 12x squared minus 6x plus 1. Okay, I think only a minority few who did not put in the dy over dx. Okay, and then you be penalized for presentation. Okay. Now for part B, it was actually rather unnecessary for you to use quotient rule, or for some of you, you use product rule. Okay, what you could have done is to recognize that they are actually of the same base. Okay, simplify it to 2x squared minus 1 bracket 3 over 2. Okay, then after that you use your power rule or your chain rule, okay, to bring down the power minus 1 to differentiate the inside. Okay, so when for the people who actually try to use product rule or quotient rule, okay, very likely there were mistakes along the way, okay, such that you were not able to get the full credit, unfortunately. Okay, it is not that it's impossible, it is fully possible, just that it does result in errors. Okay, so this will be how quotient rule would have been applied. Okay, because the aim is to achieve this form. So the whole simplification process would be challenging. Okay? Was the one whereby some of you are still finding it challenging. Okay, but I do hope that, you know, now that we have really moved into chapter 13, okay, this idea about dy over dx being gradient will be better already. Okay, however, okay, it is about knowing how to use the information that's given, because there isn't much information, but you need to be able to draw the links. Okay, so first of all, it says that the gradient of the curve at a certain point is -4. So what we can do is to do dy over dx. Okay, substitute this point into dy over dx and then equate it to -4. Okay, so this is the full use of the information that has been given to you. Okay, then after that you can actually solve, which most of you are able to find that p equals to 2 or else p equals to half. However, I want to emphasize, okay, that there are a number of you I will have circled, okay, and then after that I make a small cross, okay. Although I didn't penalize you for it, but I want us to be aware about the factorization process. It cannot be possible for you to factorize from here to here, okay. Or the worst is that some of you would give me p minus 2 bracket 1, p minus 2 and then p minus half, okay. You give me workings like this. When you give me working like that, it is very obvious that you do not know how to factorize. You only know how to best calculator. Okay, so the learning of how to do factorization needs to be there also lah. Okay, so there should be consistency in your process itself. Okay, then using the direct information that has been given, okay, arriving at this stage, okay, you need to still find out what is the value of Q. Okay, so at P equals to 2, we can place it into the original curve equation. We know that 2Q lies on the curve, so we can substitute 2Q into the equation of the curve. Okay, then you will find that Q equals to 1. Likewise, we do the same for the other P value to find that Q equals to 16. Okay, it is only later on that you reject P equals to half, Q equals to 16, because questions say P more than Q. So you need to write down reject and then conclude, okay, that this is the value, then we'll award you the final answer mark. Okay, some of you very strangely at this juncture, you did this first, okay, and then you reject already. Okay, before even, or you reject P equals to half. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, some of you haven't even find Q yet. P equals half, you already reject. You see, the sequencing of the working itself doesn't make sense. You haven't even find Q and then you reject P equals to half. It doesn't make much logical sense. Okay, so the rejection should come only after, okay, you find the value of Q. Okay, well, I think I didn't penalize as well. I want us to be reminded, okay, about the logical flow, the sequencing, okay, of your answers. Alright? Nobody is going to know that you went back to write it. Okay? People read from top to bottom. Okay, just like you read a storybook itself. Okay, it doesn't make sense that later on then you realize that, oh, no wonder at the start of the story, okay, they rejected something else. Or they change the storyline. Okay, it doesn't make sense that way when you write a story. Okay? Leave this here for a moment for you to do your corrections. You need me to switch off the front lights. Would it be better? Okay. Moving on, yeah. Alright. Next, question 3. Okay. For binomial expansion, okay, most of you can actually apply the binomial formula very well. That's great. However, there are people who actually miss out the plus dot dot dot. Okay, the plus dot 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 is very important. Otherwise, it is not going to be equal. You understand? So that's why you miss out the plus dot dot dot. I penalize you on presentation at the front. Okay, there will be a letter P. Okay, in your work itself. Okay. Some other areas of working that causes problem, okay, is that you memorize that because it's minus and then you minus and then plus, and then sometimes your simplification you face that error. Okay, I rather you just stick with all plus. Okay, then the value of B will be negative px, and then you simplify from there. That will be better. Okay, rather than having to remember the alternating plus minus signs. Okay. Now it is part B whereby it became a little bit challenging for many of you, which explains why I circled this. Okay. First of all, 1 minus 2x bracket square, no need to use binomial to expand. Okay, I have a few of you who use binomial to expand this. We learned this in Sec 2 already, so just expand using your a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay. Then you apply, okay, your expansion from part A. Alright. Question says that this is expanded as far as the term in x squared, and the result is this. So when you expand this using your rainbow method, okay, it should actually simplify to get a q plus rx squared form. But, okay, we need to actually expand up to x squared term, so we need our constant term, our x term and x squared term. Okay, so that means that our rainbow method would be having our 1 multiplied with this, and then this. Okay, most of you can get this well for the first 3. Okay, then later on, you will need to do the minus 4x with your 256 as well as your 1024px. And then lastly, we need our 4x squared with just the 256. Okay, because 4x squared multiplied with this 1024px, you will get an x cube term. So we don't need that. Okay, so again, remember to have the plus dot dot dot. Okay, then we do our comparing of coefficients. We find that the term with the x will have to be equals to 0 because q plus rx squared doesn't have a term in x. Okay, so there's no term in x, that means the coefficient of x will have to be equals to 0. Okay, that's how we find the value of p. Okay. We do the same for the value of finding r. Okay, we equate this with r itself, and then you will find that r equals to negative 1280. Okay, most of you can find q, that is 256. Okay, I shift things up a little. Okay, I'm moving up. So q equals to 256. Okay, so you need the method mark in order to get answer mark. Alright. Some of the issues that some of you face is in terms of the calculation. Okay, it's not that you don't have the concept. Okay, some of you lost marks because of careless mistakes. Okay, the careless calculation. So I think that for those kind of problems, the way moving forward is that you need to do under time conditions. Okay, when you do practices, so that you can improve your accuracy of your answer during time conditions. Okay. Any questions regarding this? Yeah, moving on. Question 4. Okay, write down the general term in the binomial expansion of this. Okay, you give me any form of the general term. Okay, they are actually correct. Okay, I'll give you the mark already. Okay, any one of this. Right, doesn't need to be simplified. Right, so you have to just refer to your formula list, okay, at the cover page, and then identify your general term, which is this one over here. Okay, so 14 choose r, a is 3x to the power 14 minus r, b is 1 over x cubed to the power r. Okay, now I think that there was a little bit of misunderstanding in terms of part B. Okay, I do have people who don't understand what the question is trying to say, give me very lengthy working and then not even answering the question at all. Question 1 is the power of x in the general term. So what you had to do, if you had left your answer like this, you definitely need to simplify it up to this extent. Then you have your coefficient section as well as your variable section. Then you see that the power will be 14 minus 4r. Okay, so that's how we get the answer of part B. Okay. So some of you are a bit confused about what part B actually wants. Okay, moving on. Part C. Okay, I did not penalize you for simplification in this case. Okay, some of you left it as 18 over 4, that's fine. Okay, but I still want to encourage you to simplify to 9 over 2. Okay, so how we go about doing this is that we know that the power is 14 minus 4r. In this case, it means that your power of x will be negative 4. So equate them, you find that r equals to 9 over 2. Okay, so we explained that since r equals to 9 over 2 is not an integer, okay, 1 over x power 4 term does not exist. Alright? I know that I have marked, okay, I gave the mark, right, for explanations that tell me things like, okay, since r equals to 9 over 2 is a fraction, okay, then 1 over x power 4 term does not exist. Okay, now I am a little bit cautious about this statement here, telling me that r equals to 9 over 2 is a fraction, therefore the term does not exist. Strictly speaking, okay, if it's an integer, right, okay, an integer is also a part of a fraction or a part of a rational number lah. You understand what I'm saying? Because an integer, for example, your value 3, I can always express it as a fraction 3 over 1. So your integer values are actually a proper subset of your rational numbers, right? Okay, so if I want to draw my Venn diagram, all my integers come under rational numbers itself. So I'm a little bit cautious when you actually explain by saying that r equals to 9 over 2 is a fraction. Okay, I think a better way of phrasing is that you are actually trying to find an integer, so just say that it is not an integer. So that will be cleaner, okay, no argument, okay, no ambiguity in that statement itself. Okay, I did give the mark, but I really want us to actually be clear about the concept here. Okay, so if you wrote fraction, do also make your corrections, okay, to state that, you know, it is actually not an integer. Okay, moving on. Part D. Okay, to find the middle term is actually the 8th term. Some of you think that it's the 7th term. That's incorrect, because with a power of 14, there will be 15 terms. Okay, so okay, the number of terms will always be n plus 1, because we can fall back, okay, to our understanding of our a plus b bracket squared, where we know that it opens up to be 3 terms. Okay, so we can extend the understanding that, you know, when the power is 2, there are 3 terms, so when the power of n, there will be n plus 1 terms. Okay, then the middle one will be your 8th term itself. Okay, for this case. So then, okay, using your general formula, okay, general term formula, you will be able to get 7505784 x to the power negative 14. Either one of these will be acceptable. Okay. Questions?
15. Yeah, so plus 1 again to find the middle term. I mean, that's just a way to actually go. Because you see 15 divided by 27. By this is 14, yeah, no, 14, it's not 14, yeah, 15 terms. I'm trying to find the middle one. To find the middle one, we have to plus 1. It's just that when you find the median, you remember when you find the mean median is 2. Okay, last year this come and ask me to find out the last chapter. Okay, so anyway, your middle is always take total plus 1. But if you don't know that formula, never mind. You just know that 15 is a range of find the middle one.
Yes. Okay, the last chapter in your Sec 2 year. Okay, how we find median, which is the center. Okay, we take the number of terms plus 1 divided by 2. If you don't know this, never mind. Okay, we know that if I really have 15 terms, okay, you can go and draw it out. Okay, if you happily take 15 divided by 2, we know that it will be 7.5. That means 7 on one side, 7 on the other side. The middle one will have to be 8. Alright? Okay, so that will be how we find middle term as well. Right? You don't need to go and strictly go and remember this formula over here. Okay, if you want to, you can think about it as middle term as number of terms. Okay, plus 1 divided by 2. Right, then you'll be able to find the middle one. But this only applies when the number of terms is odd. Okay, if it's even, okay, then there will not be any middle term effect. Right, because even already, alright? Okay, so therefore we'll get this answer for question 4D. Okay, I'll move on now. Now, question 5, actually, I am quite pleased with the answers that you have given me. Okay, generally, most of you are able to get the correct answer. So, many ways of solving for part A. In general, whichever method you decide to choose, okay, your center should actually be negative 3, 2, and then your radius should be square root 40. Okay, center by the way is A and not C because the question said A, right? But I did not penalize. Just want you to be aware, okay, that the center is actually at called A. Okay. Then part B is the one where some of you are also not understanding the question correctly. It says that the highest point on the circle is P. Okay, so there's a point P. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle at P itself. Now, this means that we have this circle. The highest point on the circle must be the one directly above the center. So the center, we have found that it is at the point 3, negative 2 already. Okay, and the radius is actually square root 40. Okay, With the center 3, -2, it means that the y coordinate is -2 on the y-axis and the x coordinate is 3. If I want to find the coordinates of this, okay, it will have to be having the same x coordinate 3, and then the y coordinate will be -2 plus square root 40. Okay, because going upwards by square root 40 units. Okay, and since you're trying to find the tangent, for this point the tangent will have to be a horizontal straight line. Okay, and therefore the equation of the tangent will have to be y equals to the y coordinate value, that is -2 plus square root 40. Okay, so that is the whole reason why we are getting this as the answer. It needs to be exact. You cannot give me 3SF because 3SF value is not the correct position of the tangent. Okay. Okay, for part C, most of you really improved from the explanation that you have given in your homework. So I was really happy about part C, how you answered it. Okay, you can tell me the length of AQ. Okay, that is square root 136. Giving it to me in decimal, that's fine as well. Stating is more than the radius. Okay, and then after that, Q lies outside the circle. Alright? There are a few of you who actually take Q, and then after you place it into the equation of the circle, okay, you substitute the point into here, and then you tell me it is not equals to 27. Now the explanation is not going to be acceptable. Why? Because the question asks that you explain whether it lies outside the circle or not. Not satisfying the equation of the circle only tells us it is not on the circle. It can mean that the point is inside, or it can mean that it's outside. Okay, so the key thing is that the question wants us to explain that it is going to be outside. Okay, so it's not acceptable if you tell me that at Q -38, substituting into the equation of the circle, okay, that it is equals to, I don't remember what is that, calculate, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you went on to explain that since the point Q does not satisfy the equation of the circle, it lies outside of the circle. Okay, so yeah, this is not an acceptable explanation. Okay, so generally most of you are able to earn marks out of these part 3 parts. The problem came in part D. Okay, I think many of you don't understand what the part D is trying to ask at all. Okay, so let me run through it with you, yeah? Okay, so it says that a second circle, C2 passes the points A and Q. Okay, so there is a second circle now. Given that the line passes through the center of C2, find the equation of C2. This question has no relationship to the earlier parts of the question other than making use of the coordinates of A and Q. So you had to just draw a circle with A and Q. Okay, so A will likely be on the right at the bottom because 3, -2, and Q is likely on the left because -3, and on top because 8, the y coordinate. Okay, then there is a line that passes through the center. This line need not be the perpendicular bisector because you can have many lines that passes through the center. There are infinitely lines in fact. Okay, many lines. Alright? Now, what we need to realize is that AQ forms a chord. Okay, and then you have your perpendicular bisector that will always pass through the center. Okay, so this perpendicular bisector is perpendicular to AQ and also passes through the midpoint of AQ. So if you can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector and do simultaneous equation solving with this 3y minus 2x equals to 7, you will find the coordinates of the center because the center is the intersection point of the two lines. Okay? Right, so what you needed to do, first find out the gradient of AQ, negative 5/3, then the gradient of the perpendicular bisector, which is 3/5. Okay, so that's 1 mark over there. Then you find the midpoint of AQ, that is 0,3, so that you can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector. This is an alternative way to solving equation of perpendicular bisector. Okay, but you can do your y equals mx plus c format. So equation of perpendicular bisector should come up to be 3/5 x plus 3. I did award ECF if your gradient is wrong. Okay. This is probably the only part where I could afford, I could actually give error carried forward. Because the rest of the questions, there were no error carried forward mark at all. Okay. Leave this here for a while, yeah? Shifting it up. Okay, after finding the equation of the perpendicular bisector, we solve it simultaneously with the equation of the line that we've given. So if you can show me some form of substitution or elimination method, okay, that will earn you that error carry forward mark as well. But of course it must be logical lah, okay? So I must see that logical flow, okay, that you developed in your understanding. Then x equals to 10 and the y coordinate of the center will be 9. Okay? Leave this here for a moment. the last part, to find the radius of the center, you can make use of either the point A or the point Q. Radius of the circle, not the center. Either you make use of the coordinates of A or Q, okay, and relate it with the center of the circle coordinates. Then you will get square root 170. Okay. I do have one unfortunate case of forgetting to square root. Okay. And then after that, you lost that final mark.